All right, peace, family. How's everybody doing tonight? So I can't sleep because, well, had a little bit of time today to, do some video editing and videos. So today's video, I was sent this propaganda. It's this brainwashed idiot who is unfortunately Ethiopian, and he is the definition of what I would call a beta male coon and a brainwashed coon, and he's falling into nonsensical dialect and coonish behavior, and this rambling idiocy was what I would call it. That's what I would call it. He is fully brainwashed by Western propaganda, and we're gonna see what he says. And this is why I blame a lot of Western influence and Western cultural many aspects of Western imperialism on the destabilization of Ethiopia and the miseducation of Ethiopia, and which is leading to all the issues of today. I blame this man for being a collaborator with these degenerates in regards to destabilizing his own country. And this is the reason why we're in the position we are today, because of this man's idiocy. And I will show you the video.
Elimination, for instance, between the separate tribes in your country. How do you, for instance?
I'm very happy you brought that.
She looks like a typical neo-Nazi female. I ain't gonna lie.
Point. The matter of fact,
she's from apartheid South Africa, by the way. Look at this coke. He's a cokehead, man. This dude's a crackhead. I bet you he's a foreign exchange student that went from Ethiopia to the United States, and I bet you he's probably doing cocaine with all those racist boys in the fraternities and all that. You know, he's probably in a high school fraternity or something, and he was probably doing cocaine and meth and all that with those racist boys. Well, not a fraternity, I would just say club, because fraternities are more for college and universities. My apologies for my incorrectness.
The Amhara tribes consider ourselves superior to the other tribes, to the adjacent tribes that live in the same community, and we just consider them inferior and consider ourselves superior. And that could be something of segregation, but it's not actually, in the sense that you take it and
a lot of the ethnic groups in Ethiopia, I ain't gonna lie, are very indistinguishable from one another. I mean, there are some traits that you can see, but we're not. It's hard to tell who's who, to be honest, in Ethiopia in regards to ethnic groups. So this dude's dumb as hell, and this dude has been like, yeah, no, this is the epitome of white supremacist education, man, with regards to him. And he is leading to a lot of issues which are going on today in Ethiopia in regards to ethnic cleansing, division, and all that, because he's collaborating with these races, and he's still alive today, and I believe he has a position of power. Correct me if I'm wrong, everyone, but you see that? Whoa, what the hell is going on, man? Whoa, what the hell? Now I'm gonna close this. Hold on. There's no way that computer's infected. Hold on.
Americans in Little Rock take it. I mean, it's just very unprominent.
I mean, do you mean that you think that the other tribes are perhaps a little too primitive, for instance?
Not so much.
Notice how smiling. She's just so happy. She's like, her panties got wet looking at this guy being a sellout. I'm telling you, there will always be a black sellout. Even in the midst of a war, there will always be a black sellout, especially an ethno-tribalistic African sellout. And I'm gonna be honest, this is why our countries are so fucked up, because of people like him. This is why our country's in hell right now, because of dusty idiots like him. I can't watch. I'm gonna get started, man.
Primitiveness or so. It's just a matter of ignorance, I shall say.
Oh.
I mean, the Amhara tribes are more cute and clever, and that's why, they are just...
That's your tribe?
Yeah, that's my tribe. I'm proud of it.
First of all, that's an ethnic group, not a tribe. He's
Yeah. And you have white in Ethiopia?
White foreigners?
I think he's trying to smash. I think he's trying to smash. That best mom.
White people, yes.
Yeah, lots of them.
Much for the idiots.
We have the Americans, as a matter of fact. They're working in different departments. And I'd like to...
Yeah, that's when the brainwashing started happening, when they started coming in and reiterating propaganda that was already put into place by Mussolini and all those dusty bastards who were already going to destroy our country. But yeah, keep on going, sell out.
Say one point on that. They seem to be more cooperative in... they looked as though they are cooperative in my country, and I thought it was because they were in a foreign country that they should cooperate. But no, I proved it right here. I mean, they have families in communities and things like that. I mean, they are more cooperative than I actually saw it in my country.
Yilma, just to get back to another point, do you then think, for instance, it's fair that if there is discrimination in Ethiopia, even between, well, the same race and the same nation?
Not the same race, of course, the same nation.
The same nation.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think then it's fair to judge South Africans as white to...
She's way too excited for this interview. I can't watch the whole
black.
This is a joke.
If you don't, for instance, acknowledge the...
Acknowledge.
The less good Ethiopians.
Less good. You see how
we do acknowledge them. I don't mean we don't actually consider...
I can't watch it. I can't do what this dude. Anyway, so he just goes on babbling about some Hamitic theory and stuff, which is non-existent, nonsensical. I mean, nobody goes around in Ethiopia saying, I'm a Hamite, and all that. Nonsensical dialect that he is putting, you know. And it's quite sad, but this is the death throes that's going to happen, because we have useless people in office, like people in power. We have useless people. And we're slowly getting worse day by day because of bastards like him. It's getting worse. It's going to get a lot worse too, because these people are going to be the faces of it, and the faces of what's going to happen in the future in Ethiopia. It's going to be he's pretty much saying that, okay, racist, okay, you racist from South Africa, United States, I will help you sell out my own people for just to get your approval. And this is what I'm saying is these politicians sold out our nation, killed the leaders that were doing well, and then made it to an underdeveloped nation, which led to mass migrations everywhere of Ethiopians. And sometimes, unfortunately, the sellout class does come into the mix with us when other people migrate to other nations, and they cause more division. He's riling everybody up, riling up Amharas against Oromos, Oromos against Amharas, Gooms against Amharas, Amhara against Gooms. This is the issue I'm having, just for his own pockets. So he'll be the house Negro. He'll be the house Negro with the little racist white women, little Betty and little Adolf Hitler's
Elimination, for instance, between
just like Hitler.
Elimination, for instance, between the separate tribes in your country. How do you, for instance?
I'm very happy you brought that point. As a matter of fact, the Amhara tribes consider us ignorance, I shall say.
Oh.
I mean, the Amhara tribes are more cute. It looked as though they are cooperative in my country, and I thought it was because they were in a foreign country that they should.
But yeah, I don't want to watch. I don't want to waste my time watching the whole video, because it's this man is clinging to nonsense. You know, he's clinging to a theory that's non-existent about this whole the Hamites and we came from Saudi Arabia and Yemen, and then they entered the mountains, and then they were able to, and they just stayed there. Well, that's not what happened, and nobody was able to get to those Highland Mountains. Okay, no invader was able to get to the Highland Mountains, and the people there look very distinct. To be honest, they look like me and much darker, and they look like him too. But they don't look like somebody from Saudi Arabia. They don't look like somebody from Israel. They don't look like somebody from Italy. They don't look like somebody from Germany. Okay, so don't. This is what I'm saying is that, yeah, I understand this was 60 years ago. Okay, 60 years ago, but you had the opportunity to go to another country, and instead of representing your country in a positive light, which other people do, I actually know foreign exchange students. I went to school for one foreign exchange student from Northern Europe. I don't want to say the specific country, but I don't want to get more into detail. But he represents his country very well, you know. But when it comes to you, you just talking all this shit. You know, you're bringing this nonsensical propaganda, which is gonna eventually destroy your nation in the future. But see, this is the issue I have with a lot of our leaders, is that they don't think uh, 5 generations in the future. They think only about themselves. They think only about themselves, like a child. This dude, and he's still the same way. I bet. He's probably what, in the 80s now. He's probably the same way. Just thinks about himself like he's eternal or something, and then that's why shit doesn't change, because we got all these old ass men who are just smooching, smooching, smooching the house Negroes of Africa, particularly Ethiopia. And it's just gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. And I'm tired. I'm tired of these older people destroying our nation. I'm tired of Abiy. I don't like seeing that man in office. No, and if you think about it, what's interesting now is I'm happy that no ethnic group in Ethiopia likes Abiy. The polls are getting down for everybody. Amaras, it's getting down. Nobody messes with Abiy. Oromos, it's getting down. Nobody likes Abiy. Gooms, down. Tigray, down. Gurage, down. Walaita, down. Sidama, down. Afar, down. Somali, down. Harari, down. Hadia, down. Um, Gamo Gofa, down. Gamo, down. Beja, down. Kunama, down. Bertha, down. And you walk down. Like the polls are getting down for everybody. Nobody likes this. Nobody likes this man. Nobody. Everyone's getting tired of this man. And regardless of for good or bad, there is. I believe that the country can be united if there are legitimate tangibles being that are able to be brought to every group and everyone in the nation. Not this whole division crap, not this nonsensical dialect. Oh, we descended from Europe. Well, no, you didn't descend from Europe or some weird, nonsensical Hamitic Caucasian something. And these dudes are. And one thing I have to tell you this is that I'll be honest, okay? The reason why these racist people are telling you this crap is because they want to justify a reason to have sexual relations with you. I'm gonna be honest, okay? There was this one girl I remember. She was on YouTube, and she was South Sudanese. Okay, so she was I knew her. That's what her ethnic group, right? And she was with her racist boyfriend. Okay, he was a racist, and in his mind, what he was trying to do is he was trying to justify that she is a white woman. I was like, she is not a white woman. She's a melanated sister. She's from the motherland, South Sudan, you know, and like, and he's trying to say that she's a Caucasian. He's like, no, he's trying to say the same crap he's saying. Well, they're just Caucasians that didn't that just with a tan and stuff. You know, they just tan throughout the time. You can't get darker like that. For a white person. I mean, a white person cannot get darker like that in 1,000 years. I mean, there have been white people who live in other places outside of Europe, and they have still retained their European features. It's just, I mean, it's just how it is, bro. Like, but he's trying to justify that his sister was an was a white woman, and this is what I'm saying about a lot of these racist, extreme white supremacist groups, is that a lot of them, even one dude, I forgot where his video was, but somebody sent to me where he was being honest, and he said, Well, one thing I've never understood about a lot of white racist groups is that they never want to be honest about who's white and who's not. And I agree. And then he said something that when they think a girl is fine, or they're trying to smash a girl who's not white, they will try and make her white, so they'll justify in their mind so they can have sexual relations or possibly married at the same time. And yeah, that's what they're doing. But yeah, and that's the thing. This is how the whole Rwandan genocide happened, because of this whole Hamitic nonsense. So I'm trying to see. I look at it through the whole world and stuff too, man. You know, I'm not ethnocentric. I'm not an extremist and stuff. I look at the dynamics, okay? Because this how genocides happen. Because you're sleeping with you're pretty much sleeping with the beast, man. You're sleeping with the beast, the demons and stuff, man. Not necessarily, but he's pretty much handling with the not necessarily sleeping, but he's handling with the demons and stuff. You know, saying committing sin. He's a sin. This is a complete lie. He's lying at this point. See, the plan was that in his mind was this, okay? He's not shit, okay? He got lucky with this scholarship, which I believe he probably wasn't even qualified for, in my opinion. I mean, he's probably wasn't even qualified to have a scholarship. I don't know how the hell he was able to even get any education at that time. And trust me, I mean, Ethiopians and all black people at that time, even now, were a billion times smarter than this man, you know. But then again, I mean, he was probably a descendant of what I would call of the people that sold the country out, or sold out soldiers, or killed all the young kids in Ethiopia during the Nazi invasion of when Hitler and Mussolini invaded Ethiopia in the 1930s. And what happened was that the sellout class ended up getting some money from Mussolini and Hitler, and then that's how he was probably able to come. Because I mean, the average young man in Ethiopia at that time, even now, I mean, and look, man, I'm critical of Ethiopia, but I mean, there are some amazing, outstanding people. You know, I have people in my family. I have friends over there who are just down to earth people. You know, not on this coonish crap. You know, yeah. I mean, some of them, they might not have the funds, but I mean, they're top notch, intelligent people. You know what I mean? They know everything. You know, but this guy, he's clinging to nonsense. You know, and what he's trying to do is, look, I don't know what happened to this dude in life, but I mean, yeah, this is what happens when. That's what I'm saying. Is this is a problem with sometimes a foreign exchange programs. When you don't have emotional maturity, man, you're gonna represent your country real bad. That's what I'm gonna say. And he's probably on drugs too. He looks like he's a drug addict. He looks like a drug addict. And no, I'm not being a dick. I mean, look at his and a drunk drug addict at that. Probably on.
That's very modest, yeah. And Yilma, do you have whites in Ethiopia?
White foreigners?
White people, yes.
Yeah, lots of them. We have the Americans, as a matter of fact. They're working in different departments. And I'd like to say one point on that. They seem to be more cooperative in... they looked as though they are cooperative in my country. And I thought it was because they were in a foreign country that they should cooperate. But no, I proved it right here. I mean... They have families in communities and things like that. I mean, they are more cooperative than I actually saw it in my country.
Yilma, just to get back to another point, do you then think, for instance, it's fair that if there is discrimination in
and this is how she's justifying things such as tribalism. When they do stuff, they're gonna be like, oh, well, you Africans, you guys are selling each other out, you're killing each other and stuff like that too. This is what I'm saying. He is so dumb, and this what I'm saying is, I feel like if we want to be honest, bro, the downfall of Ethiopia happened when we let these people get some. We let them, the nation of Ethiopia. They gave them funds to go and study other places. I feel like that was one of the worst things that could have happened, in my opinion. if I could go back in time, I wish that crap never happened. And no, it's not because of this, how much propaganda and how much destabilization has happened in the country. I mean, people are dying because of this nonsensical bullcrap, riling everybody up, brainwashing kids at a young age that to believe this nonsensical dialect and stuff, you know. And that's my issue. That's my issue. And to be honest, I mean, there could have been. I understand Haile Selassie at that time. I mean, he meant well in regards to trying to educate the population, but this backfired because they turned on him. He turned on him, and people say Mengistu, man, no. Mengistu reacted to people. And look, I'm not defending Mengistu. Mengistu was a hey man. Mengistu was a trip. All right. Hey, I mean, he was. Hey man, I mean, at the end of his term, man, he just yeah, he pushed it, man. He pushed it. But Yilma is the originator of the destabilization of Ethiopia, and then he also, I would say, collaborated with the other corrupt politicians in Ethiopia to not say anything during the Wello famines and stuff, which destabilized Ethiopia in the 1960s and 70s, and the people had enough, and then they were protesting in mass, and then that's how, unfortunately, Haile Selassie got killed, because he was blamed for it, even though it was the coon class that collaborated to not communicate with anyone that there was issues going on in their district, which you need to do when shit hits the fan. You gotta call the federal government to just be like, hey man, I need some help and stuff. You know, you can't just be doing some cool shit and hiding the money and shutting up and just going back to your mansion and stuff while people are dying in your district and your region. You know, that's stupid, in my opinion. But yeah, that's sums up the video for today. My apologies again for going on a rant. I'm just very passionate about this situation because I don't like nonsensical people and idiots. I'm not a big fan of arrogant people, especially innately arrogant people like him. He is a problem for our society. I think for any civilized society, any civil society. I mean, this dude is not good for any society, and I think that if he does have political power, which I believe he probably does, I mean, he needs to step down. I think also Abiy needs to be stepped down as well for inciting genocides and trying to get ethnic groups to kill each other in Ethiopia, while he's selling out the land to foreign investors and stuff. So I'm not. I really don't like. Abiy. You know, I really didn't like prior to that Mulatu to show me. I didn't like Mullahs. Not a big fan of Mengistu. Haile Selassie, decent man. You know, he meant well, but that's another topic for another day, which I liked and didn't like about Haile Selassie. You know, and then other prior leaders to that. You know, they had their. No, nobody's perfect, but at least Haile Selassie, I think. Look, man. Hey, rest in peace, Haile Selassie. But man, I bet you he's probably shaking in his grave, looking at these coons like him, man, coons like you, and not to yeah. Oh my god. And I was gonna say something, but I don't. I'd rather explain it in another video in regards to something that happened a few months ago, and he's a response. I predict that he might be responsible for something, but I don't want to. I'll discuss about another video because I don't want to get into a tangent, and I possibly don't want to get my video reported. So I'll talk about it in another video. Okay. So anyways, family, y'all stay safe. Y'all have a good one. Stay blessed. And I'm going to see y'all later. Bye.